Welcome all to Hit or Miss. I am Night Strike, your host. And tonight we have a motley crew on the panel tonight. Let me go ahead and introduce them, and we will get right on the way because I know we're a few minutes late tonight. Not entirely my fault, but entirely my fault. So I'll own up to that. But Smeggy is MIA, so no singing tonight. I think some of you might like actual not having an intro like that, but maybe I'll find some royalty-free music to play at the beginning. So we'll work on that. So first off, we've got the man, the myth, the legend himself, the only guy who willingly stays in New Jersey, AWAG 1000.
Hiya. I'm coming from the very communist no-fun zone known as New Germany or New Jersey if you're outside of New Jersey. But if you're in the northern part of New Jersey, it's New Jersey. There you go. So there you go. You get all the different dialects, the whatever the hell you want to call it. I'm AWAG 1000. I'd say go check out my channel, but I've been having some privacy issues, so I had to remove most of my videos. It's kind of up in the air if my channel will be back, but I will be posting on gun channels, and I will be making a GunTube account, so go check that out soon. In fact, I might actually get on that right now.
Do stuff on GunTube. I support that. All right, so next up, we've got Gizzard Gary, the tactical chicken himself. And watch, he's not at the computer at all. He fell asleep again. All right, we got another chat napper. All right, moving on. We've got Squib. What's going on, Squib?
Hiya.
That's all we get?
Yeah, I mean...
I thought that's AWAG's line.
Oh,
it is.
Okay, yeah, I guess I'm plagiarizing. Well, you can sue me, and
it's fair use.
Well, you know,
I don't have a problem with it.
You know, I'm always giving you crap over those commie guns, and it didn't occur to me. You're in a communist state, communist gun. Oh, see, I'm a little slow.
Fitting.
Yep.
Cool.
So,
I now have a GunTube account.
All right, you got a GunTube account. Congratulations. Go tell the world.
Now download everything and crash it.
Woo!
Don't you dare. Don't you dare. All right. Next, we got the Crazy Scotsman. What's going on, Scotsman?
Not much. Howdy. Cheers. Appreciate it.
All right. And last but not least, well, no, not last, because we have to go back to Gizzard Gary after this, but Travis P11, what's up?
Man, not a whole lot, dude. I appreciate the invite. Cheap plugs as usual. Check me out over on guntube.org and the Saturday morning podcast, Caliber Corner, 8 a.m. Central Time, over on gunchannels.com. Channel's called Caliber Corner, so appreciate the invite, man. Thank you.
All right, no problem.
Yo.
Now, Gary, are you back?
Yeah, my internet decided to take a crap on me, so I had to grab the phone and get on there real quick.
Okay. As long as you're back.
I am back.
All right. We got a couple topics tonight, but first, I got a short show and tell. So I wanted to show these off because G-Web sent me these through the mail the other day. If the camera's working, I got to stop screen sharing for the camera to work. You see those? See that? A GunTube patch.
Oh, neat.
You got the GunTube
Cool,
patch.
man.
Got it in red. I've got it in FDE.
Cool.
And then G-Webs gave me one in OD green.
Do you have one in Bakelite orange?
No.
Darn it.
No, but...
How about communist red, yellow?
But the Velcro on the back is in orange.
Isn't it more of a plum color, that commie Bakelite?
Nah, it's orange, it's plum, it's occasionally green in very rare cases. Yeah.
How
Or
about
you could
Spam
just
Can
do-
Tan? Or that's flat dark earth anyhow, right?
That might be like an olive drab green color, depending on the spam can.
All right, so Travis, why don't you bring us into this this first topic?
Let's see. Do you have the link over here on the side for me to look at?
Yeah, I can throw it over here.
Okay. Nebraska trivia. What does the N on the side of Husker football helmet stand for from Gizzard Gary? I think I don't know, it might stand for North. I don't know. I wish I knew, but yeah.
The answer is knowledge.
Negative Ghost Rider.
Yeah, the
The
pattern.
answer is nowhere because that's what they're in the middle of it.
So I can run us through this one. You guys feel free to join in anytime. So here's the deal, guys. In Nebraska, we're usually fairly sane with our firearms. It's not like that beautiful state of Kansas where they got constitutional carry, but once in a while people just do stupid stuff in our state. Well, actually a lot they do. So a guy in Lincoln, our state capital, which by the way was the city that banned bump stocks a couple months ago, openly carrying an AR car, calls 911 on himself to provoke a police overreaction. So there's nothing that bothers me more than watching YouTube videos with people that are open carrying to try to just for the sake of ticking off the cops and getting views on a video. And I understand they got a point they want to make, that we have a right to open carry, and the police, they have a right to see what's going on if people report a man walking down the street with a gun. I get that. We're just not conditioned at this point to seeing that. So they said that police this week arrested a man they said had been open carrying an AR-15 rifle in Lincoln and calling 911 on himself, pretending to be a concerned citizen. So I don't know. It says nobody knows what he was doing. It's anybody's guess. Is he an open carry advocate? You can open carry in Lincoln. There's nothing against that. You can do it. I don't know if I ever really saw anybody doing it because, Lincoln and Omaha tend to be fairly liberal cities, left-leaning. Again, I don't know if he was trying to just simply get views for a YouTube video or being he was African-American, maybe he was trying to set off some kind of firestorm or some kind of criticism of the police department. I don't know. They said 5 officers rushed to the area because of the caller sounded afraid and they were suspicious. They arrived at North 48th Street and Walker Avenue, which isn't the best neighborhood in Lincoln, but it's not the worst, and determined that he was lawfully carrying the rifle. So then it said when that didn't work, he tried it again a couple days later, only he forgot that caller ID is a thing these days. So
you dumb butt.
That's why you use a quote-unquote burner phone.
I mean, the funny part is the cops in Nebraska, they probably should be like, oh my God, this guy again? Really? I mean, they would probably, I don't know. Yeah, okay, they said, first, congratulations to Lincoln's finest for their professional response to legal open carry. However disappointing that may have been to this, this fraud attempt. Brandner was arrested, is now facing a charge of obstructing government operation, which is apparently Nebraskan for making phony phone calls to the local cop shop. He's now out on bail. So, it said, okay, there's no word whether or not he lost his firearm in the case. I suppose
I'm pretty sure he did.
Maybe they locked it up pending a psychological evaluation. I would hope. If you're that stupid to call the cop, I mean, if you would have just been carrying it, there's a chance that somebody would have called the cops anyway at some point. I mean, you always see the videos all the time. Guys are walking down the highway with their rifle and somebody calls the cops, and man, I don't know. It's just it's stuff like that really bothers me because it does those times that you need to open carry, you don't want it to become restricted because of idiots like that. Setting a bad example, and then the state goes and passes laws against it.
It's a very bad example.
Yeah, it does. And because, I do enjoy the fact that I could open carry to run to the grocery store quick or run into Walmart. I guess I have a couple times when I've gone in to pick up some stuff on the way to the range and nobody's batted an eye.
They charged him with obstruction, which I think is fair. I was thinking that this was going to go towards filing a false police report, but obstruction's in the same genre. So, he's being charged with something legit. They're not charging him. There's no firearms related charges against this. And I'm not always for making an example out of somebody. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. In this case, he's not representing the 2A community in a positive light. No. So, I can't side with him. I understand what if he's just trying to get YouTube views, that's one thing. All right, then he's just, he's just exploiting it. But if he's trying to make a point, I think he could probably do a better job of maybe organizing a peaceful rally instead of doing this crap. You know what I mean?
He could have open carried at our two of the rallies we've had so far, right there on the Capitol steps. Not far from where he got himself arrested, by the way. Oh, man. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, it just sounds like he was just trying to be the next big viral star for YouTube. It's kind of what it reminds me of. But fortunately, our police officers were smarter than that, and they didn't. Yeah. I don't know. I give up on that.
So, I mean, I had an idea that may make me end up like one of these guys, but it'll be pretty damn hilarious at the same time. As New Jersey just passed a law, and Murphy signed it actually into law, reducing the maximum magazine capacity from 15 to 10. And it's pissing me off. So, if I could just screen share this real quick.
What are you going to do with your current magazines, AY? Because you already had them specially modified to be legal for your state, right? Didn't you have to pay all this extra money for your mag to have an FFL?
I'm probably going to have to end up blocking them myself. But
you could send them to a free state. We'll just store them for you until you escape the commie state. Just have a box up in the attic marked AWAG.
AWAG,
I
will hold on to your magazines for you. I will take care of them. I will oil them every day. They will be wonderful. Just send them down my way.
Carry on this conversation after it's done being live, okay?
Okay.
But what I was getting at...
But I'm offering, okay?
What I was getting at was I feel like buying one of these. A case of 100 Magpul PMag Gen 3s, 10-round magazines, going straight to the governor's office and just dumping them on his desk.
But why? That's what they want, are the 10-round mags.
Exactly, but 100 of them.
Yeah, but wouldn't you want to buy a bunch of 15-rounders and dump those instead before they become illegal? Or they are illegal now?
It makes a point that your magazine capacity laws does not make sense, because you literally have 1,000 rounds of ammunition in magazines.
Oh yeah.
Now, granted, it's
There was a sheriff who did a video. He did a demo showing the difference between a guy with a 1911 and 3 7-round mags and a guy with like a 92F with a 15-round mag. And even with the mag changes, the amount, and I could be getting the models and whatnot wrong, but he was trying to show a air quotes high capacity handgun versus a standard air quotes standard capacity handgun, and a guy with multiple magazines. And the trained marksman was able to get off just as many, if not more, shots doing magazine changes with only a couple more seconds added to the time versus the air quotes high capacity, right? Even though that's a standard for 15 rounds for a Beretta, but I mean it's along the same lines of what you're trying to do. Lowering these guys don't understand guns, so they think the velocity of the round, the diameter of the bullet, the number of rounds in a magazine is what makes the gun deadly. It's like trying to explain torque and horsepower, or oil viscosity to a guy who doesn't understand anything about cars other than put gas in, push the pedal and it goes. So they're trying to pass these laws, and I don't know, what you're doing is just kind of pointing out the stupidity of that. It's going to have no effect other than it's going to cost people money.
Yeah, it's
all right. Hold up. We have a latecomer. We have the digital mime himself. Sarge has jumped in.
Hey guys, I just got back from trying to find a used SUV.
I don't want to sound like kind of obscure, but your voice is way too smooth, like right now.
I say I was born that way.
There we go. All right.
By the way, Sarge, I got bad news.
What is this?
Ric Flair lost again last night.
But who is he with? Let me tell you, I was wet. And I was aggravated, and I was busy for like 6 hours last night. So, what happened in the tag team?
Well, apparently the Four Horsemen got to the tag team, and that's the one where Ric Flair was in, the Four Horsemen. And
Oh yeah, I
lost.
know. Well, trust me, I know. But he wasn't necessarily a tag team wrestler, so I'm okay with this.
On the upside, Roddy Piper didn't win this time either.
Oh, that's good, because that was just you Underoos wearing hot rod loving Roddy Piper fans. But I like him. I do like him.
Don't you?
Piper is the man.
He was a man. He wasn't the man. He was a man.
Right, because we all know the man was Macho Man.
He's top 3. I'm not saying he's not.
The man was Macho Man.
Macho was good. Who won the tag team bracket?
You're gonna ask, and I don't even remember. I'm gonna have to go back and look.
And did the lower thirds come out?
The Road Warriors. The Road Warriors won.
Well, they should have won. That one worked out well. They should have won.
The Road Warriors versus the Four Horsemen.
Oh, they would win that 9 times out of 10.
No.
Road Warriors would. Yeah. Sorry.
British Bulldogs, baby. British Bulldogs.
No.
Now, if the Four Horsemen combination was Anderson and Blanchard, that would be good. But still, the Road Warriors would edge them out.
All right. Okay, AWAG, you may resume crying about the 15-round magazines.
Yes, it's a shame. I mean, I honestly think that, the firearms community in New Jersey is very, very close with each other. Normally, if you go to a range, and even right now, there are people blasting away with 15-round magazines. There was actually a few people there that were pretty much saying screw it, and they were running 30-round magazines. But we're not gonna say who it is. We're not gonna rat them out, because that's just poor. They're not doing anything violent. If you see that they're being all gangster and stuff, and pointing their guns at each other and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna do this, 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 and this. I'm gonna go rob a store, this, that, and the other thing," then yeah, sure, you call the cops on them. But if they're a dad and a son going to the range and they have a 15-round magazine in a state that doesn't allow the 15-round magazines anymore, then you don't be that guy. And I'm not telling you to break the law, but also at the same time, don't enforce it. If it's a stupid law, you have the right to not enforce the law if it's stupid.
Well, that's what they did in Colorado after they passed the limit there. Law enforcement didn't enforce it, and the state wasn't really actively seeking out people. And from what I've heard, you can still go into stores and buy the mags. So I think they just did it as look, we're doing something measure, but behind closed doors, we're like, we can't police this. This is just how are you gonna? You got everything that's grandfathered in. All they got to do is bounce across the border and go buy something in another state. So whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bummer.
All right.
So, what else is going on? What was the other topics we had up there? All right. Let's move on to Ohio. Okay. A judge suspends enforcement of Ohio City's bump stock ban. Did you guys hear about this one?
No, but that's great news.
Yeah. A county court in the Buckeye State, which is what Ohio is apparently, has sided with a pair of gun rights groups challenging the city of Columbus over the recently enacted prohibition on bump stocks. Judge David Kane in the Franklin County Court of Common Pleas on Friday issued a temporary restraining order prohibiting Columbus from enforcing their bump stock ban pending at a July 9th hearing on a lawsuit brought against the city. Two Second Amendment organizations, Buckeye Firearms Foundation and Ohioans for Concealed Carry, filed the challenge on Thursday, citing the state preemption law prevents the city from regulating firearms. Which, while good and bad, I like states that enforce preemption laws in some situations, especially when it comes to your rights to firearms. Anyways,
what if someone's traveling into that city and doesn't know about some local ordinance like that? Then they could get in real trouble. So it's good that they've suspended.
Yeah, I mean, because when you go to the 2A rally in Ohio, it's in Columbus. So, oops.
Well, that's just like us not having bump stocks in our state capital. What if I'm traveling through or staying with family? Am I exempt from it because I'm not a Lincoln resident, or am I?
Well, would FOPA fall into play then? The federal law that nobody observes?
What I've noticed when I travel to other states, like say Colorado, I don't have to follow their magazine limit because I have to follow the laws that I'm prescribed to follow in my home state, and then I have to have a concealed carry permit to carry in certain areas. But I would hope I'd be exempt, but I don't know. They never really said for our state what's going to happen if you have me live out of state and you go there. I don't know. FOPA, yeah, traveling through, I suppose you'd be fine. But if you stop and say we want to go to the range, or if I carry my firearms into the home and carry them out, and I don't know.
Well, the way I understood FOPA was that if you stop to spend the night at the hotel, if you stop because your car breaks down and you have to stay there until it's repaired, if you stop for fuel, if you stop for food, if you stop because of a medical emergency, if you stop for reasons like that, that's normal interstate commerce and passage, and that's supposed to be covered the way I understand it. But like if you're stopping to stay with Aunt so-and-so for 2 weeks, that's where it's not covered. So
yeah, what I gathered about FOPA, it's for transportation, not really for like carrying. So
it is for transportation, but it's supposed to, as far as I understand it, it's not, you don't stay there for 2 weeks. It's just if you're either driving through or flying through, you're fine.
Or
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to drive through communist Illinois on the way out to Nebraska to go shooting. If I were to bring an AR-15 or an AK or something like that, I wouldn't even bat an eye. Now, I don't know what would happen if I broke down on the side of the road and law enforcement came up and was just checking on me, and I don't know, for some reason they decided since I had out-of-state plates, they asked to search the vehicle. I'm going to consent to a search. I don't want no trouble. Then I'm going to get myself in trouble. So at that point, do I have to go, hey, man, before you think this is illegal, there's a thing called FOPA. I mean, it might have been enacted before you were born, but, our greatest president signed it into law, so you got to abide by it. I don't know if that would fly.
The problem is some states choose not to enforce it, or even to acknowledge it. Like, I'll give you examples. New York, New Jersey, and California have been caught on numerous occasions breaking the FOPA, the Firearm Owners Protection Act. So most of the states follow it, but the really, really liberal bastions, Sarge, I'm telling you right now, if you aren't on duty as law enforcement, don't bring hollow points or 15-round magazines into New Jersey. Just don't.
I'm bringing them. I'm bringing hollow points, and I'm bringing an extra 17-round mag. But it's because of what I'm qualified with. It's not under FOPA. It's not under my concealed carry. It's under the Homeland Protection Act is how I'm going to do that.
Because you're law enforcement.
Yeah. So, but if not, no, you definitely bring don't bring. Just follow the state law, or you're going to get jammed up. That's for sure.
Exactly.
I went to the Statue of Liberty last year and accidentally, because you can't carry in a federal building occupied by a federal employee, no matter what, whether it's the Homeland Protection Act or not. That's their one restriction.
Then how do they arrest somebody in those places?
What's the question?
How do they arrest somebody in those places if they're not allowed to bring firearms in?
No, only federal employees are. Only federal law enforcement can.
So that means you have to call the FBI to come and take them?
No, you'd have to be the FBI, right?
Yeah, they have their own police there. They have their own police at Ellis Island. They have Liberty State Park Police.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So the federal
in jail.
The federal employee in the federal building thing means that if you're in a state that allows concealed carry, and you go to a national park, you can conceal carry on national park, just don't take it into the visitor center.
Yes.
I gotcha.
But see, that's what it
There's a
means.
lot of
It's a
states
federal
that are
building
doing
occupied
that.
by a federal employee. That could be the post office. That could be the Social Security office. That could be the visitor center in the national park. That could be the bathroom if the custodian's in there cleaning up. I mean, that's a stretch, but I'm just saying that's where that would apply. But that's straight across the board. That's for everyone. That Homeland Security Act that I'm talking about, that does not apply to a federal building occupied by a federal employee. So that is the one drawback, which is okay. But
Well, thank you though for that information though, because I did not know that, and it's good to know the specifics of the law. I appreciate it.
oh yeah, that's no problem. That's no problem at all.
All right, so I want to go back to reading this about Ohio. All right, this is quoted. This is important because Ohio used to have confusing patchwork of gun laws, said Dean Rick. I'm going to say Rick. Dean Rick. Okay, there we go. Executive Director of Buckeye Firearms Association. Merely crossing a city border could turn an otherwise law-abiding citizen into a criminal. More than a decade ago, legislators wisely decided to correct this problem by creating a uniform system of state law and forbidding cities from passing any laws which conflict with those laws. So they're talking about preemption there.
As they should.
Yes, the plaintiffs have often brought cities across Ohio into court on the same logic, and so they should. Now, the government is supposed to work for you, not you work for the government.
Exactly. I mean, the government is made up nothing more than a group of people. I mean, it's not the same people that started it. Everyone has to be replaced. People die off. People get replaced. It's run by a series of people, so they have to take care of their own, I would hope. That's the goal of it, is to make life better. It's to improve the quality of life. That's the whole purpose of it. Not to.
I just got an email from Boomer. Power's out.
Yeah, he just sent me a text. He said it just came back on, so he's firing everything back up.
Okay. Yeah, that's one thing for you guys that are out there. If you live in North Carolina or South Carolina, if there is a bad storm that comes along, like say weather or rain or something, sometimes the power goes out for a little while.
Yeah, because that doesn't happen in any other state.
Yeah, apparently not.
It came through here bad just a little bit ago. It came through bad. But.
I had it a few days ago. I was out flight.
New Jersey power never goes out.
Where are you at in Jersey, by the way? North,
South
south,
Jersey.
huh?
South Jersey.
South. I'm going to go to Seaside Park here next week. Out by the shore. So we should have a meetup in Jersey.
That'd be pretty neat.
I need to see a picture of Sarge standing right next to AWAC.
Oh, geez. And AWAC, you could touch a real 17-round mag.
Yeah, but I want you to Photoshop your face with that smiley face that you've got for your icon, your avatar.
Done. I will totally do that.
You can touch the 17-round mag and the Eagle all at the same time.
Whoa!
Just remember, you can touch it, you just can't hold it.
Right.
That might be too much freedom for AWAC.
You can take a picture like that.
Very tempting.
Make it happen, guys. All right.
We'll be there for the 4th for the fireworks down the
We're getting off topic tonight, guys. I apologize. It's just
yeah, but the show's got flow. Let it go. Let it go.
We're hitting, bro. We're hitting. We're not missing.
Apologizing is a form of weakness. Don't apologize.
That is true.
Look,
All right, you know what?
Look how many viewers you got. Scoreboard, bro. Scoreboard.
Screw it. I'm not going to apologize.
It's a hit because I made it finally.
Well, it would be a hit if you actually told everyone you made it instead of just, popping in here for like 5 or 10 minutes and not saying anything.
So how did you know that I was in here for 5 or 10 minutes not saying anything if you didn't see me? Thanks for shouting me out that I was here, host.
All right. The YouTuber formerly known as Triple D, Sandhill Shooter, is here.
You left the back door unlocked and he snuck in. That's what happened.
I know.
He didn't want to deal with the 2 bouncers out front and pay the cover charge.
I'm friends with the bouncers. They let me right in.
Everybody's out here. All right. Let me get back to this. All right. The plaintiffs have brought cities across Ohio into court on the same logic. That state law bars municipal and county lawmakers from passing laws that can conflict with the rest of this state. This has resulted in a string of victories for the gun rights groups, including a 2010 case decided 5-2 in the Ohio Supreme Court that cities could not pass gun laws in excess of those maintained by the state. So basically, I assume that means that the cities cannot pass laws that exceed what the state already has on the books. Correct?
Yeah, it's usually what happens.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. And Governor Kasich is the one that's pushing all this crap.
Well, remember what you just said right there. During the election, he was nicknamed by us, some of us panelists, as Cockblock Kasich, because he refused to give up, even though he only had one electoral vote.
Yeah, he's a piece of work, man.
Oh, I thought you were implying that he wouldn't allow Gary into his state.
No. Never Enough Ammo, Mr. Matt, nicknamed him Cockblock Kasich. And it kind of stuck because he even after the Republican primaries were over, he wouldn't give up. He still thought he could win. I'm like, but you got a snowball's chance in hell. Anyways, but yeah. Ohio is different. All right, let's see here. All right. However, Columbus City Attorney Zach Klein said the law is reasonable. We firmly believe the city has the authority to ban bump stocks and other mass-killing accessories and punish domestic violence abusers from illegally possessing a gun. He said, we look forward to arguing this in court. Well, I know you're a city attorney, so maybe you've never seen a firearm up close. You know, the closest you've ever gotten to a firearm was maybe you played a video game in college, or you might have seen one in a movie or on TV. That's as far as your knowledge goes.
The funny thing is he said mass killing accessory. So,
see, there you go.
First off, how many thousands of them are out there that have never killed anyone?
They're not thousands or hundreds of thousands of bump stocks. I'm telling you right now, there are probably most likely millions of bump stocks out there. Millions.
But you know what I'm saying? Like they have not jumped up and killed anybody.
No.
But they're a mass killing accessory.
Yep.
That's just playing on emotions.
Yep.
Well,
all that is, they want to say that, and they want you to accept it and move on to your argument against it, but they want to keep pushing those terms out there and other mass killing devices, and then you try to defend it, but you don't worry about the mass killing part.
Well, hold up. That's what Democrats do. They're supposed to pull and tug. Their whole logic and their position is to pull and tug on the emotions of their constituents to get them to agree to giving away their rights.
It's just like the word common sense gun control. That applies if you don't agree, you don't have common sense. And it's a loaded statement to begin with.
Yeah.
So,
the only common sense gun control is carry one every day.
I agree. Trigger control. Keep them in a good tight group. That's gun control. But
all I'm going to say is, if you think common sense is just muskets, then you need to get off the damn internet. You need to get off.
We can't be on this.
You need to get off. Anything that's technology. Get parchment paper, an ink quill pen, and write out why you think that the Second Amendment only applies to muskets, and then have it delivered to me by some guy on a horse, and only then can we discuss how wrong you are.
Well, it's got to have the wax seal on it, though.
Well, I don't expect a wax seal from them.
And it's not parchment
paper. Got to go all the way.
Yep.
It's
not official without the seal, man.
Mm-hmm.
Scotsman, newsflash for you. We're an American. We don't use seals.
Newsflash, you're still an asshole.
Well, Newsflash: Scotland still couldn't become its own country.
Easy.
All right, moving on.
Newsflash, America's out of the World Cup.
What's the World Cup?
What's the World Cup? Mic drop.
I think it's a Red Solo Cup. Is that what we have here? Is that?
You read the Red Solo Cup? You feel me?
Yeah, I think so.
All right. The groups have filed a similar lawsuit against Cincinnati's new bump stock law. The city's mayor, John Cranley, a Democrat, big surprise, and a member of Michael Bloomberg's Mayors Against Illegal Guns organization. Even bigger surprise. And I say this with as much sarcasm as I can.
As much as you can muster.
As much. Has joined Everytown. Oh, even bigger surprise. In drumming up support to ban bump stocks at the federal level, lending his name to an email and social media campaign. Oh boy. Converting guns into weapons of mass destruction should be stopped, said Cranley.
What?
Well,
that is the dumbest thing I've heard all day.
Well, I've got something better for you. Democrats tell the truth.
And that's actually happened.
That's the dumbest thing you've heard all day.
What?
Democrats telling the truth.
No, don't go there.
Nah,
whatever, man.
That's nonsense. The Democrats never tell the truth. Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine, the current Republican nominee for governor, has sought to submit briefs in support of both challenges. Although the cities contend they are regulating accessories and not guns, DeWine notes in court documents that it cannot seriously be argued that the city's ordinance is anything other than an ordinance relating to firearms. Columbus's ordinance allows for a punishment of up to a year in jail and a fine of up to $1,500, while Cincinnati's allows for 6 months and a $1,000 fine. Wow. Okay, that's the end of the article. But good Lord.
Interesting. So apparently, sorry, off topic a little bit. Midway USA now sells firearms.
Yeah, I saw that earlier today.
Are they reasonable?
No.
No.
They're still not getting my money.
MSRP?
You might want to check your emails a little bit more often. They've been doing that for a couple weeks, couple months now.
Huh. I couldn't care less. I don't, they're not getting an ounce of, a single penny of my money.
What did Midway do to you? They got some pretty good stuff for a pretty good price.
Do they still do that warehouse thing there? Mm-mm. Is that the one that you got to get it out of the right warehouse to get the
that's
right
cheaper than dirt.
Ah, that's it.
It's
that's the one.
I still have a little bit of beef with them since they, support the NRA, and I'm not a fan of the NRA right now.
Oh, that's why you're upset over the NRA thing?
Just a little bit.
Oh, dude, then you're not going to buy from anybody because they pretty much all give money to the NRA.
I know.
I just went ahead and joined both. I kept my NRA membership and I joined the Gun Owners of America. I joined them both. I don't know whether that's good or bad, but that's what I did.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm so disappointed in you.
Well, I have to stay a member of the NRA for teaching. I have to do that to keep my concealed carry instructor.
Thing for me, I got to be a member to keep my certification.
So I went ahead and just joined the GOA as well. So,
all right. Well, that's not so bad then.
That's the only reason I'm a member. Only reason.
All right. So I've got this. Probably from last week's. So I'm trying to find that link. All right. Here it is. All right. For all of you that have been living under a rock, we've got until June 27th 11:59 p.m. Eastern to put comments in for the bump stock legislation comments to the ATF. So I'm going to post this on the YouTube side and the gun channel side, and I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead, and if you haven't done so already, if you've been on the fence, go and sign and let the ATF know that you mean business. I'm not
What happened
saying
with the last one that we had to do? Did that just go nowhere?
this is this different one. So,
But it's the same thing.
it's the same. It's different. It's the same and it's different. But it's the one I mentioned last week. But again, this is for those that have been on the fence or haven't signed it already. Go ahead, check that link. Go and let the ATF know that you don't want any bans on anything, period. Otherwise, it may be a lead-in to more gun control. And we've already given enough. We've given up barrel lengths on all firearms. We've given up, we've given up machine guns. We've given up the ability to put a foregrip on a short.
You can still get that.
No, you can't put it on a pistol.
We haven't given these things up. I'm not saying that the loop or the
just
the
more
hoop you got to
difficult.
jump through to get them, or the price you have to pay is
It's almost
fair. Or
I would argue that the price.
dude, you got this thing about having a full auto. You won't stop about having a full auto, dude. Save up your money, go buy one, get it, find out how much it's going to cost to feed the thing, and then you're going to regret getting it. I'm not saying that having the expense of it is a good thing. It's not. But dude, it's just
Squib, shut up. What part of the Second Amendment says, okay, we can ban full autos?
I'm not saying I agree with the NFA, but damn, dude, you harp on the whole full auto. Have you?
Because if I don't, how else is it going to get fucking repealed? How are we going to get it back? How? If nobody says anything, how are you getting it back? You aren't.
That's good and fine. You can buy them. They're just expensive. I don't think it's cool that they're expensive, but you can buy them. Okay.
Okay, who's miming? Or not miming, but I can hear echoing in the background.
I understand where you're both coming from on this. And Squib, I don't disagree that, full auto looks to me like it's going to be expensive to feed. But the problem is, Night Strike, I think, is right. The whole reason we're talking about bump stocks, even though none of us give a crap, most of us don't give a crap about a bump stock.
I do.
Is because
I have one.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But I think they're stupid, but I think that they should be legal. Same with full auto. It's not for me. I don't want to pay to feed it.
I'm not saying I don't think it should be legal. I'm not saying I don't want to see the laws repealed. I'm just saying, dude, get over it, okay?
I see where you're
going. One thing at a time. Let's start with the things that we can.
Don't ask for a link.
Let's work on the things that we can get past. Let's work on the things that are stepping stones to getting there. The HPA went nowhere. What happened there? And all these other things. Let's work on them not banning the bump stocks and whatnot. But the full auto thing, you always harp on the full auto. Have you shot one yet? I mean, it's not a big deal. It really isn't.
I think it's the principle. It's the principle behind it. The fact that we could at one time.
It's not the fact that it's
They're
a big
heavenly.
deal. It's the fact that the Second Amendment is clear. The definition is clear, and somebody is infringing on your Second Amendment rights. But you don't care because you don't want one. You don't care because you don't own one. You don't want to do anything for the legislation. That's fine. Get the hell out.
All I want to do is be able to own a 30-round magazine.
That's something we could probably get that back for AWAG before we can get the NFA repealed. I'd love to see the NFA repealed, but I'd love to see the HPA before that, or constitutional carry across the whole country, or these stupid state laws taken care of in these states where we've got our friends living. I keep telling everybody to move. Nobody wants to move. All right, what can we do to fix that where we can get that back? Which I don't even know how you do that. But I mean, some of that stuff has a better chance of getting repealed or needs to be addressed first before we worry about a law from 1934.
Well, it's not 1934. Hell, I don't care whether it don't. I do care, but I don't. All right, this is in a certain situation. Okay, I care that we have the NFA, but getting rid of the NFA, I don't see it happening. But the thing is, the Hughes Amendment banned us from owning anything new made after 1986. It doesn't matter what it is, but there are some new machine guns that I would love to be able to have, but I can't because, one, they're not on the 1986 registry.
You wanted to start up that business. You wanted to start up that FFL, become an SOT. There you go.
You can buy a Select Fire Scorpion for approximately $1,500. A Select Fire Scorpion. So
yeah,
it's
you literally have to pay about $4,000 in FFL fees in order to get
$200.
Yeah, because they were made before 86.
Yeah, I don't want a SCAR. That's the problem.
Not a SCAR.
It's a Scorpion. It's a little PDW.
Oh, they're brand new.
If you get one in 7.62 by 25, those things spit bullets like crazy.
No, I don't want one of those.
The Scorpions
I want an
are only
F2000.
Or just get an M3 grease gun, you know.
Yeah.
That's probably a decent 10K.
Get a War Relic.
Yeah, but the point is that they shouldn't cost this much in general. Period. From what my uncle told me, back before '86, machine guns cost just as much as normal semi-automatic firearms.
What's really more expensive about them? In the manufacturing process, what would be more expensive?
That's what I want to know.
Nothing.
Semi-automatics actually would be slightly more expensive because
you're taking something away.
It's not more expensive to make them. They're more expensive because the people who own them know that they can get more for them because there's not as many available to get unless you are an SOT or something like that.
Yeah, there's a huge demand and no supply, so that's why they're so expensive.
It's like when the cost of a commodity goes up because they're not making as much of it, or they've got to drill deeper to get more natural gas or whatever it is, and the price goes up. It's BS, but we deal with it all the time.
Or there's a tanker spill or something, then gas goes up. I brought a 30-round mag just so AWAG can see it.
Where? Let me see it. I want to see it.
I bought these from Palmetto the other day. I bought these to go in this. Make sure it's unloaded.
Well, you know what? AWAG is more into commie guns, so I got something for AWAG.
There you go.
Ooh.
I got something for AWAG.
31 rounds of 31 plus 1 of 9mm. There you go.
Well,
still just a dang Glock.
AWAG, here you go.
Well, I can get my CZ.
Hold on.
My 21
magazine.
CZ.
Hold on. Jeez, I have just the thing.
There you go. There you go, AWAG. There you go.
I say I can go get my 21 plus 1 CZ out if you want. I can get it.
All right.
Now you're talking perfection.
PO9, 21 plus 1. Fantastic.
I got one of the best AK magazines. Check it out. It's a 1948 production date. Type 2 AK-47 slab-sided magazine.
And you can't own that now because of the loss.
It's blocked to 10 rounds, so I am allowed to own it.
Yeah, that is blasphemy.
No, not for where he lives. You know, didn't have a choice, man.
I'm still saying it's blasphemy.
That's very unfortunate.
Anyway, so again, let's get back to the topic. You know,
if I
ragging on Squib for yelling at me for the whole full auto thing. Again, if you haven't signed ATF comments, go ahead and sign the ATF comments.
You guys forget that I own a mill, and I could may or may not turn it back into a 30-rounder. Maybe. May or may not. I'm not going to, obviously, because reasons.
You don't need a mill. All you need is a drill.
You're right. Well, guess we got to ban Lowe's then. Damn it.
Yep, we got to ban Lowe's. We got to ban this, that. Anyways, all right. Rob D says, "Stop teasing us in New York with your normal mags. Well, it's not my fault. You stayed in New York. That's all I'm going to say." All right. What other topic do we have? Do we have any other topics? Does anybody want to talk about something? Come on, guys. Don't leave me here hanging. AWAG, no Kami guns.
I came in here late, but did you guys go over the New Jersey tax pitch on firearms?
What?
In New Jersey, the
I
governor.
didn't even hear about this.
Yeah, New Jersey governor pitches 2,400% tax increase on firearms.
2,400%.
Yeah, this came out a day or two ago. Yeah, it's a 2,400% tax increase on firearms.
That sounds like riot material there.
Yeah, you have to look that one up. Came across my feed a couple days ago, so it's horrific. Along with everything else that's going on in New Jersey, 2,400% increase on sale of firearms, buying and selling. So,
yeah, that blatantly sounds riot. That sounds like riot bait to me.
That sounds like get the hell out of there, dude.
I see. Okay, here's the problem. People always say, "Move out, move out, move out, move out, move out." I want to with all my heart, and I have enough money to do so. But my job right now is walking distance from my house.
That's no excuse for living in a state with bad gun laws.
Hold on.
Does your family live there too?
Yes, my family lives here too. So I can't exactly move to, even though the bridge is like 15 minutes across the bridge, I still don't want to be sitting in traffic. I did that enough for 4+ years, and it drove me absolutely mad.
So here's the kicker on that one. This includes purchase permits, which will jump from $2 to $50 for a purchase permit.
Jeez. Well, I have my purchase, and see, here's another thing. With that, if that law does pass, I already have my purchaser's permit, so I won't have to do that. As soon as I move, even if it's in the state or something, I still can't, if I were to move somewhere else in the state, even though it's kind of redundant, is I would have to get my purchaser's permit updated, which will cost that $50 plus fingerprinting, plus the wait time that whatever municipality feels it's right to take their lazy ass time to do.
What's a wait time?
What's a wait?
Yeah, I mean, move to a state where there's no wait time, there's no purchase permit, there's no fees, there's no nothing. You just go in, you fill out the 4473, they do the NICS, and you buy it and you walk out.
Scotsman.
See, it's kind of like difficult for me because I don't want to move out of New Jersey because everything is like right where my house is. It's so
okay,
convenient.
then. All right. Well, then you've got priorities, and there's nothing wrong with that. You've got priorities.
If I were to move across the bridge, it would take like 30 or 40 minutes in order for me to basically go somewhere where right now I could walk there.
Then that's your priority, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to, and in life there's trade-offs. You have to decide, I want this or I want that. I can't have them both. What do I want more? And if the walk to work and being close to family and not having a long commute and all the other things is more important, then it is. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong with that.
And my sister lives in Indiana, and if I want to go out to Indiana and shoot 30-round magazines, buy as many 30-round magazines that I want, sure, I'll go do it. Hell, I'll even apply for a suppressor.
Just like you could go down to the gun store and go to the range and rent a full auto machine gun if you want.
Exactly. Or end up in Indiana. Do you have to be a resident of Indiana to be able to purchase and own a machine gun?
Yes.
Oh, damn.
I think if you had an FFL, then you could buy one out of state because you're an FFL. They're under a whole different set of rules.
Yeah, and if you're a manufacturer as an FFL, you can also manufacture a machine gun as well as a
right. The SOT thing. Yeah.
Sounds like a fun endeavor, you know. Building machine guns. I'm getting crazy ideas again. Sorry, every time I hear the word machine gun, I immediately think Chris Vector. I don't know why.
Well, yeah. Hey, AWAG, can I show you a different magazine that's
Sure.
over the New Jersey limit?
Sure.
I'll
Go
show you the
for
magazine.
it.
It was a 19, but this one's got a +2 extension.
Oh, neat.
There's a 21+1 magazine to go in the CZP09 duty. Since everyone always gets on me for only showing Glocks, there is a CZP09.
That is a good looking handgun. I'll be honest. That's pretty good looking.
Let me tell you something.
That's perfection in its finest.
This thing in double action, yeah, it's stiff. This thing in single action is sweet. I highly suggest the P09 or like a traditional CZ75. Highly suggestible.
G3 magazine, AWAC. There you go. HK91 set me.
I have enough of those things to kill a horse, pretty much.
These are 20 rounds, though.
How many does that take?
20.
No, I meant to kill a horse.
The 30 rounds for the HK-G3 or the HK91, the 30 round magazines are hard to find. Plus, they're also ridiculously expensive. Where you can get the standard 20 round magazines for like $2 a piece.
I bought some early 70s, like 1970, 71, something like that. Colt 20 round mags the other day for $5 each.
Yeah. I mean, some old stuff you can get. I mean, I've got a couple 1911 7 round magazines, you know, USGI for like $5 a piece off of eBay. So, you know, it's just
since we're having a size contest, here's some PMag 40s.
Oh, Travis always has to one up us.
Somebody roll out a beta mag.
Hey, we're having
something.
a pissing contest. We might as well
Hold
take
on.
it.
I mean, I got Plum 45.
I'm gonna invent a 41 round magazine.
I got 45.
Travis, you're kind of like that kid in junior high that's been held back about 3 years, walking into the locker room right now, making the rest of us feel bad.
Hey guys.
No, I don't know if does Magpul still make these? I've had these things for years. These are they are Gen M3.
Hey,
yeah, they still got them.
Okay.
Hey, Wag, I know you had the G3 magazines, but Set Me mags.
Set Me magazines, they're meh. They're okay, I suppose.
They work on my C3.
My sister is kind of getting mad at me because she wants me to take my magazines back because I have 2 Malat plum-colored 45 round RPK magazines at her house, and she's like, "Can you take these back?" I was like, "No, unless you want me to get arrested." I do have a picture of what they look like.
You should have told her I would love to take them back, but I can't change New Jersey law, and I'm too lazy to move out of state.
There we go. This is what they look like. The big Malat ribbed 45 rounder RPK magazines.
Yeah.
Huh.
All right, so I think we've pretty much solved the world's problems tonight.
No, we haven't even come close.
We're just getting started.
No. We've solved the world's problems, so we're gonna go ahead and let everyone make their plugs, and then get the hell out of here. So, AWAG, you're up.
I guess check out my GunTube channel, AWAG 1000. There's nothing there yet because I literally just made it an hour ago.
You need to.
Other than that, hit or miss Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock. Hang out here. Is the Friday night strike still a thing?
Friday Night Strike is on hiatus right now.
Okay. And then there's Caliber Corner on Saturday, that's Travis B11's channel. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 a.m. Central Time. The only time that matters.
Yes, this is correct.
I disbelieve. All right, Gizzard, you've been quiet again.
I have been fighting internet issues ever since this damn chat started.
It's my fault.
I got it going again for about 5 minutes, and I got kicked off again. I've been trying to unplug stuff and trying this and that, so I finally gave up and just keeping up on the phone. So frustrated at this point. I've got the cable people coming tomorrow to look at stuff, and they only come once a week because I'm in a small town. So you got to wait until Wednesdays to get them. So
I'll tell you right now, I know your problem, and the problem is you're using Apple and Mac stuff.
And that doesn't knock my router and my cable modem off.
It might. But you got anything you'd like to plug?
Sure. I'd like to plug the Crazy Scotsman, one of our newest Gun Channel members. Welcome to Gun Channels, buddy. And also like to plug Night Strike and guntube.org, and then also Gizzard Gary. And thanks for the invite. Just sorry I couldn't be more of an input, but I appreciate it anyway. I had fun.
All right. And Boomer jumped in here. Boomer's been taking part of the chat. So Boomer, you plug your channel, whatever you got going on.
Yeah, thanks for the link. Sorry, I got in late. Our power went out. We had a big tree fall across the power lines and block a road, so it just came on just a little bit ago. But if you haven't subscribed to everybody in the panel here, and check out the channels on Instagram. Mine is Knowledge is Ammo on YouTube. I just put up a new video, kind of a bloopers video on the attempt at skeet shooting, and it kind of went south, lost some camera footage and stuff. So I just put up a funny kind of hit and miss video there. It's kind of fun, but check that Instagram and GunTube. I'm putting that video up there now, and
can't wait to see it.
Yeah,
I keep tabs on everything that happens on GunTube. Kind of have to. All right, Triple D, what's going on with you?
Hey, thanks for including me, even though I was at work late. You can find me under the name Sandhills Shooter, not Triple D. Catch me on YouTube, on Gun Channels, on guntube.org, Patreon, Instagram, Facebook, all the usual suspects. Find me a lot of the time right here on Hit or Miss, Tuesday nights, 9 o'clock. Caliber Corner, Saturday, 8 a.m. Central. Yes, the only time zone that matters. Never know where I'm going to pop up. I'm kind of like a bad penny, so I turn up a lot of places. But go check me out. And again, thanks for letting me come on.
No problem. Sarge, shameless plug. Go. Sarge?
Hey, I worked on his internet. It was good last time I was there.
Yeah, I know it was. All right, I guess Sarge has walked away. So, Squib. And apparently Squib has walked away too. Okay, Scotsman, are you still awake?
I just can't get to the damn mute button because this Samsung phone sucks. A little bit of humidity in here and the thing goes bananas. I should go back to Kyocera.
Ooh, bananas. I like bananas.
Yeah, you know who doesn't? Fine Ape. He's not down with bananas.
Ah, okay.
There's Sarge.
I don't. My router reset, which I hold you personally accountable for this night strike.
Excuses.
But yeah, it reset. I didn't think I was going to be able to get back in. Is it my turn?
Communist plot.
You're fine.
Is it my turn to plug?
Yes. Go for
okay. Hashtag Young Guns. Please watch and share the Teaching Kids Gun Safety video. And I think I filmed a video 2 days ago. I'm finally finishing the editing. I filmed it in 30 frames per second like we talked about. But I think I'm going to roll the next one back to 24 frames per second and up the resolution just to see what it looks like, see if it looks different. I'm just playing around with different settings. So check out my channel and check out some of the new videos I'm getting ready to put up. But Hashtag Young Guns. Thanks for the invite.
All right. Squib's already done his plug, so Travis, you're up.
Yeah, no, I mean, everybody's already said it. I appreciate you guys doing that. Caliber Corner Saturday mornings. And I got a lot of videos coming up, about one every 3 days on the channel. If you haven't received any notifications, just make sure you go back and resubscribe if you've been unsubbed. And make sure you click on that bell so you know what's new and what I'm just putting up to check out. So, and also get over to gunchannels.com and get yourself signed up.
All right.
All right.
Again, I just want to put that last plug out there. Check out the Crazy Scotsman channel. What was it? Hashtag Help Brother Out or something like that. I don't remember what it is, but check out all his hashtags over on the Crazy Scotsman channel on YouTube. Also, if you haven't done so already, again, I'm still going on this. Go ahead and check out the link. I will post it again on the YouTube and the Gun Channel side. Go and give your comments to the ATF. Do that. All right. So with that, again, check out guntube.org. We have no ads on guntube.org anymore because we got basically copyright striked by Google AdSense. So I'm not making any money whatsoever on ads because there are none. I was trying to use that as a source of revenue to pay for the GunTube
Supplement?
to keep GunTube running as it is, or to try and get better equipment and hardware. But apparently that was all for naught. So yeah, I've got Patreon set up for GunTube. It's patreon.com/GunTube. If you want, please go ahead and help me out to try and get GunTube its own server instead of running on a server that's 11 years old. So with that, that's it. I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you all for listening. This was Hit or Miss.
Bye, Felicia.
Shut up, be infringed!
Adios, Felicia.
America.
Oh, Gary, what was yours again? Yeah, that's right.
No, I was giving him a bird.
Yeah, all right, give him the bird. There we go. All right.
I didn't realize I was muted. I'm sorry.
There are
We'll
two
see you later,
gizzards
Rob.
in this chat room for some
There
reason.
were 3 for a second.
I tried to get the real gizzard to stand up, but they didn't take me up on the offer.
Yeah.